Thanks for clicking and welcome to our channel. My name is Brad and I'm out here on Piney Grove, and in today's video I'd like to talk about these items that I have behind me. I got 5 items here that I think are essential for property management, for land management. We've got Dewalt, we've got Steel, we've got Solo, and the 6th item is the Kubota tractor in the background. But we're not going to talk about the tractor too much today. But we're not sponsored by any of these manufacturers, but we are an Amazon affiliate. So for these things that are available on Amazon, we'll post links below and you won't pay a cent more whether you use our link or if you went there on your own. So of these 5 items, the first thing I want to talk about is our brush cutter or our string trimmer. Now we have a Steel string trimmer and it's got the attachment option on it, and it's a standard straight shaft string trimmer. So if you're going to look at a string trimmer for big property management, I recommend a straight shaft versus a curved shaft, and one that allows you to change out the implements on it. This is a 2-stroke or 2-cycle string trimmer, which makes it lighter. It also makes it noisier and you have to pre-mix your gas and oil, but the fact that it's lighter lets you get a lot more work done with a lot less fatigue. But the reason I bring this up is because of this brush cutter blade right here. I always bring this out to the farm, and this brush cutter blade will cut grass, but it also will knock off the tops of trees that are overhanging from your pastures or your fields. I just find that this machine gets a lot of use on our farm. We're not sponsored by Steel, but we highly recommend them. We've been very impressed with their products. The second thing I'd like to talk about is a Solo front pack spreader. You can spread just about anything with this spreader. This thing is invaluable to us, not only on our farm here at Piney Grove, but also on some property management we do on 1,200 acres that we lease. The seed hopper is rigid. You see a lot of those grass seeders that have like a floppy type of hopper on them, and it's hard to pour the seed in. This one's very easy to pour the seed in, and this doesn't collapse. It's got a lid that I don't use because I like to look in there when I'm spreading and see how much seed I'm putting out. It's got a variable rate here on the side, so I can keep my finger right here and I can adjust this gate. So as I'm going along, I put my hand in front of the spreader and I can see, is that the right rate? Do I want to increase the rate by moving this? Now this spreader has been around for a long time with Solo, and the parts are readily available. I've actually changed this lever here. I don't know the exact amount, but let's say it spread 100 bags of seed, done a lot of rye, a lot of wheat, a lot of oats. But inside of it, it's got a very small aperture. So seeds like oats, which have a big husk on them, tend to get bound up in here. So I wouldn't highly recommend it for oats, although it's usable for oats. You just gotta kind of pop it up and down when you're using it. Now intuitively, you would think one side of the strap goes here and the other side would go here. But I'll show you that doesn't work too well. So if I put the strap around here, this thing hangs low, puts a lot of stress on your neck, and it actually is useless this way. This actually comes under your arm and it hooks to the bottom right here. And now it keeps it up nice and high, it's nice and comfortable, and you can literally seed all day with this. So this is the number 2 product that we highly recommend at Piney Grove for maintaining your property. Now the third tool or piece of equipment I'd like to talk about is this Dewalt inflator. And again, we're not sponsored by Dewalt, so any inflator would do. This is just the one that I have. It's the one that's always in my pickup truck, so I always have it when I need it. And it saved us at least one time out here on Piney Grove where I had a nail in my tire. I thought I had plugged it correctly, and I got out here to Piney Grove 1 hour away from our house, and I had a flat tire. I was able to plug that tire and inflate my 33-inch tires that I keep at 50 PSI with this inflator right here. So this runs off the standard Dewalt 20-volt battery. This is a 4 amp hour battery. It slides right here in the bottom of the tool, and that's the way I keep it in my truck. Now it's not only an inflator, which allows you to inflate tires or say some inflatable you're going to use in a pool or on a rafting trip, but it also is a blower. And what I found this very useful for, if I forget my leaf blower when I'm out away from the property, say doing a big brush hogging job and I want to blow off the radiator of my tractor, I can put this blower in and it goes in this port right here. I have 2 settings on this. One of them is for inflating and one of them is for the blower function. And it's a pretty powerful little blower where I can blow off the radiator of the Kubota tractor and help keep the tractor cool. So like I said, I'm not sure that they still make this, but most manufacturers out there, if you have Milwaukee or Cobalt or any of those other cordless tool manufacturers, they probably have an inflator. I'd seriously look at getting something like this and keeping it in your truck at all times. Now the 4th thing I'd like to talk about, again, it's Dewalt and it's cordless, is the cordless leaf blower. Now I just got this. This thing is only 2 weeks old. We had the people that built the pole barn behind me, and they had one of these things, and I wanted to blow off the dirt that had accumulated in the front porch of the shed, and I didn't bring my gas-powered blower, so I asked to use theirs, and it was just really handy. It was light, and of course it's quiet, and it doesn't burn fuel. It uses the same battery pack that works in my Dewalt equipment. So you just slap that battery pack in there. It's really quiet, fairly powerful. I don't know the specs exactly, but I do know that I now keep this in my truck, and instead of bringing my gas leaf blower, I use this to clean out the shed, the pole barn, and also to keep the radiator clean on the tractor. So 2 things I now keep in my truck at all times are the inflator and this cordless leaf blower, and then 1 4-amp-hour battery pack. And then I change it out every couple months or so. I may not use it, and I just want to keep it charged because it's no good to me if I have these things in my truck and they're not charged. Okay, the last thing I'm going to talk about, and this will be number 5, and it is a tool that I use all the time out here on the farm, and it is very simple, and it is a piece of metal. So I have this metal pry bar, and I'm about 6 foot tall, and you can see this pry bar is about the same height as me, and this thing is invaluable out here on the farm. It's got a pointy end on one side, and then it's got kind of this spade wider end on the other side. And the thing I mainly use it for is to pry 3-point equipment onto my tractor. I don't have a quick hitch. I don't have the Pat's quick hitch system. A lot of my implements are old and are not quick hitch compatible, and the Pat's may be easier to use, but I find that with this bar, I can put on either my newer brush hog, my older brush hog, my disc harrow. Nothing I have is wider than 6 feet, and it's not that heavy, and I can just pry it around with this bar. I can use this sharp end right here to locate the pins inside the hole, and I had a quick hitch. I actually sold it. I just prefer to have this bar. So that's one use for it. Another use for it is if you're packing in, say, some fence posts, especially a post that's going to hold a gate, and you're not going to use concrete or any other kind of method to pack the pole, then you want to get that sand really, really tight, or that fill dirt really, really tight. You can use this, and it's heavier, and you can pack around that pole. Now, I don't want to pack 100 poles with this thing. It's pretty heavy, but you can really pack it tight around posts, and then you don't have to use concrete if you don't want to. And another thing it can do similar to that is if you're digging a trench and maybe you don't want to take your tractor out, or your tractor isn't handy and you just have a small section you want to break up, this thing does a real good job of breaking up, say, hard-packed clay so you can get to the sand underneath of it if you're digging a trench. Another thing it's good for is if you're going up against a foundation, you can use this spade bit and you want to get up close to the foundation with a piece of pipe or something, but concrete isn't poured perfectly, so it may have a little ledge there. You can use this like a chisel and just chisel away at that extra concrete. So I really, really like this thing. I think I got it at Tractor Supply, maybe paid $39 or something for it. That was years ago. Price of steel has gone up. Maybe it's $50, $75 now, but it's worth it. And it's worth it for many different things besides what I primarily use it for, which is hooking up 3-point hitch equipment. Okay, so those are the 5 things I wanted to share with you. These are real things. These are things that I use almost every day out here at Piney Grove. Like I said, these 2 items right here, the inflator and the leaf blower, are always in my truck, so I always have them handy. But the number 1 thing you should buy if you have property, the first thing you should do is buy a tractor. We just simply couldn't maintain Piney Grove without our tractor. We not only could not build it out the way we're building it, but we also couldn't maintain it with the mowing and the fertilizer spreading and all the other things that we have to do out here to keep this property looking good and maintained. So that would be my number 1 plug, is get a tractor first. But these other things that I've mentioned, these other 5 tools, they've been great for me. I highly recommend them, and I'd put my name behind them. But that's gonna wrap up today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you would, click that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share with your friends. Also, comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. What are the favorite tools that you like to use out there? And what is your favorite brand of tractor? So until the next video, y'all take care out there.